Hello, trading has closed on the 25th of September 2023. We'll always start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and make some predictions. What's my trading plan for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, September 26, 2023? Remember, I can be wrong. Trade at your own risk. I'm getting through with my personal business, but I'm not completely through yet. And I can't always watch the market all day long. Look for the pattern today with the early high. Tends to be a rally day with a high in the final hour, and that's what we had. Just to review what we said, we thought there was a chance for gapping up, and I couldn't rule it out. Actually, futures were up quite strongly before the open, so there was some validity to that, but I don't count what happens in futures, even though it was in accordance with something I thought was entirely possible. Early on, MEJT gave an ultimate sell signal. We got the minimum. That's actually a bit more than what I consider the minimum. Usually, if you just get the minimum, that's not the low. It's undercut at some point. It's hard to, that's a bit more than I consider the minimum, but we did undercut it, and that whole pattern played out. These drops were called by the system to be false. This rally was called false, so we returned to this line, find support there, which we did. This whole drop was called false, so we trade over this line, which we did. Well, this is the standard rally day of this pattern. Low a day in the first bar, high a day in the last bar. Tends to lead to more strength even if we don't close higher. This whole thing looks very suspicious to me because the last 5 minutes don't really represent institutional action. And with under 5 minutes left to trade, here was our close. We were under all the intraday highs. That's not really good. Now, of course, what counts isn't this close, but tomorrow's open. We gap and take this high out, that's just a normal bullish pattern, and that's entirely possible. But if we don't take this out, this might turn out to be a false move. If we don't take this out, it could move lower, perhaps quite a bit lower. And that, of course, we're not going to know until tomorrow's open. We traded under the Bollinger Band, the lower band. You can see we don't tend to stay there very long. And if we drop some more, there might be a chance for a long entry here. These numbers are the DeMark counts. The green numbers are his combo count. The last 3 bars don't have to obey all the rules. So either that this bar could be bar 12 of 13, or we could get number 12, which obeys all the rules. You don't know. At any rate, it's within a day or two of giving a buy signal by his methodology if the drop continues. We're within 2 bars of a 9-13-9 sequential buy signal as well. The next 2 days obey the rules, and bar number 8 is almost a given. Have to be under this low for bar number 9. That would give a 9-13-9 sequential buy signal in alignment. Now, these patterns don't have to play out. They don't always work. But we have other sentiment indicators as well, indicating for a low here, along with being under the band. So if we do have a big drop in the next 2 days, which isn't a given by any means, but if we do trade way under this lower Bollinger Band, we could get a major buy signal by his methodology before the end of the week. Well, tomorrow's pattern should have the early low regardless of where we open. The low a day in the first 5 minutes and high a day in the last 5 minutes, that's a bullish pattern. Nearly always leads to higher prices next day. Doesn't mean we close higher though. I'm quite suspicious this might not work This day-long rally couldn't take out any prior highs. With under 5 minutes left to trade, prices were under all prior intraday highs despite the normally bullish pattern. I think either we gap and promptly overtake today's high, or I think it's weak. If, that's an if, we decline for another day or two, we're likely to trigger DeMark buy signals on the daily chart, indicating an oversold condition. We just aren't near my sub 4200 target, but sentiment indicators are arguing for a low here as well. Volatility index printed a bar completely over its upper Bollinger Band. It doesn't happen very often. It indicates excessive pessimism among option players. If we don't take out the high of day promptly tomorrow, I think we trade lower. That being said, further weakness this week should lead to a good bottom. The best thing for me would be if we had a big drop very soon. If over the next 2 days we dropped over 100 handles, which certainly has not happened and certainly isn't a gimme. But if we had a big drop over the next few days, I think it would set up a great long entry, being way under the lower Bollinger Band and giving DeMark buy signals with a sign of excessive pessimism by option players. But that's what I'd like to see. I don't always get what I like. But if we do get a big drop over the next few days, I think it should be a good opportunity to hit a major bottom. But I'd have a lot more confidence if we had a big drop down to under 4,200, and that's going to be kind of tough to do. So tomorrow has the early low. This is weak if we don't follow through with moving higher, ideally by gapping up. But I think further downside is limited, and probably we'll hit a low this week. And that's today's call.